The Weavers of Eldoria. In the ethereal land of Eldoria, where vibrant fields danced under the touch of sunlight and the air hummed with the whispers of ancient magic, there existed a council known only as the Weavers. The Weavers were not merely leaders, they were the stewards of harmony in the realm, charged with balancing the delicate threads of nature, magic, and humanity. The center of this council was Eldoria, a wise and compassionate weaver, whose spirit shone brightly among her peers. For decades, she had guided Eldoria through its trials, nurturing its people and tending to the mystical and natural forces that kept their world in equilibrium. Each weaver held a unique responsibility, managing the winds, nurturing the growth of the forests, and ensuring the rivers flowed with clarity. Yet, Eldoria had begun to feel a heaviness in her heart, an awareness of the passing time and the limitations of her own strength. One quiet evening, as crimson and gold streaked the sky, Eldoria summoned a meeting of the weavers. They gathered in a glade illuminated by floating lanterns, the air thick with anticipation. "It is time for a new chapter," Eldoria began, her voice steady but soft. "As custodians of this realm, our duties must be carried on by the next generation. I propose we transfer our responsibilities to the chosen apprentices, those who have shown promise and dedication." Nervous murmurs swept through the gathering. The weavers understood the magnitude of such a transfer. It was not simply about passing on tasks, it was a potential shift in dominion over the very fibers of their reality. "Bear the weight of our decisions?" asked Garan, the weaver of winds, his brow knitting in concern. "Arrogance can easily corrupt young hearts, and power is a fickle friend." He nodded, recognizing the gravity of his words. "We must guide them, not just in skill, but in wisdom, teaching them that with each responsibility passed, they inherit not only our tasks but the essence of our dominion." After long deliberation, 6 apprentices were chosen: Silas, whose curiosity matched the depth of the oceans; Mira, the gentle nature spirit attuned to flora; Tarak, a budding sorcerer with an unyielding will; Leora, a steadfast guardian of the forests; and Zephyr, whose laughter could summon the lightest breezes. The day of the transfer was marked under the light of the full moon, a time symbolizing renewal and the awakening of new possibilities. The weavers formed a circle, their hands interwoven, as they called forth the energy of the realm. Each apprentice stood before their mentor with eyes wide in reverent anticipation. Eldoria stepped forward, her voice rising above the gentle rustle of the trees. "In this moment, we bestow our duties upon you, our chosen kin. Learn from our triumphs and our failures. Remember that with the power you gain, so too does the weight of its consequences rest upon your shoulders." As each weaver transferred their responsibilities, threads of luminescent energy flowed from their hearts into the apprentices. Silas felt the surge of tidal forces, Mira's senses bloomed with the essence of life, Tarak tasted the raw power of magic coursing through him, Leora became one with the heartbeat of the forest, and Zephyr was cradled in the winds of freedom. They felt exhilarated, yet an echo of trepidation lingered in their hearts, a whisper of the dominion they now held. Flowed naturally, and seasons changed. The apprentices thrived under their new responsibilities, yet they faced challenges that tested their resolve. Silas's insatiable desire for exploration caused storms to swell. Mira's sensitivity to emotions of the forest began to reflect the chaos of its creatures. Tarak, driven by ambition, nearly unleashed a spell of great destruction. In the darkest hour, as wild storms raged and dissonance echoed through Eldoria, that the apprentices remembered Eldora's words, with each responsibility passed, you also inherit dominion. They gathered, united in purpose, and recalled the wisdom of their mentors, realizing that true dominion came with compassion, humility, and respect for the balance of nature. Together, they found a path to restore harmony. Tarek taught restraint over ambition, Silas learned to listen to the ocean's heart before acting, Mira shared the beauty of clarity and balance with the forest, Leora guided the creatures with kindness, and Zephyr reminded them all that laughter could lighten even the heaviest of burdens. Through their unity and understanding, the storms began to recede, and the land regained its radiant life. Eldoria thrived anew, not solely in the hands of the seasoned weavers but in the capable hearts of their successors. Each apprentice learned that dominion was less about control and more about stewardship. It was a symbiotic relationship that required awareness, responsibility, and care. Later, when Elira returned to the council, she saw the land flourishing under the watchful eyes of the new weavers, and her heart swelled with pride. They had understood, when you transfer responsibilities, you also transfer dominion, but it is the intention behind that power that determines the fate of all. And thus, the cycle continued in Eldoria, where the sun set over lush fields, and the air buzzed with life, each generation learning to weave their own story into the rich tapestry of existence.